Welcome to LSB Feaster's Radio Aircheck and Classic TV channel.
Hey, before I go, guys, real quick question. Has anybody told the, look out that window, what do you see story?
We didn't do it today.
Has that been told a couple times already?
It has not come up
It
today.
did happen to me once.
Did it? So no one's talked about it today?
Go for it. Go for it.
All right, so one time I was doing, real quick, and I'll let you guys go. All right, I was doing, early morning, overnight until like maybe at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, the phone rings, right? And it's an inside line. I go, studio. He goes, "This is Michael Scott Shannon, head pronunciator, extraordinaire program director, WPLJ Radio. Who am I speaking with?" And I go, "Scott, it's Chris Marino." "Chris Marino, do me a favor. Look out that window and tell me what you see."
Macy's?
And I go, "Yeah, a bunch of buildings, Scott." "That's right. You're in New York City. New York City DJ wouldn't say what you just said a couple minutes ago." Do me a favor. Leave your tape under my door, and I'll get it back to you on Monday, all right? And click. And I'm like, oh, crap. There used to be this thing, folks, called cassette tapes that we recorded our shows on, right? So
what are those?
Fast forward a couple months later, right? And the hotline rings, and we call it the hotline. And the hotline, "Hello, studio. This is Michael Scott Shannon, head pronunciator, program director for WPLJ Radio. Who am I speaking with?" "Scott, it's Chris Marino. What's up, man?" "Do me a favor. Look out that window and tell me what you see." "Scott, yeah, I know. I screwed up. I stepped all over the Ace of Base intro. I'm so sorry." "Man, I wasn't asking about no Ace of Base. I wanted to know if it's snowing out, if I could take the convertible out or not." That's all I wanted to know. Matter of fact, Marino, do me a favor. Leave your tape under my door so I can listen to that break.
That's incredible. That is awesome. That's incredible.
Great story.
He did it to everybody. He did it to everybody. And,
Sure.
You got, like Mike, you had some time with Scott Shannon. And, at the end of, there's a few tentpole people. Jim Kerr, Scott Shannon, and the wonderful thing Jim said about, Fast Jimmy Fink, Joey Kramer, that kind of tent poles the whole breadth and experience of WPLJ. But, there's something, let's all admit it together, there's something super magical about Scott that's just, unbelievable. And to have all of us gone to Scott Shannon University of Radio, it's been fantastic. So my time's up. I've been taking a lot of your time. Guys, thank you for allowing me on the airwaves one more time. On 95.5 PLJ, it's Chris Marino signing off. Thank you so much, guys.
Chris, thank you, brother. Thanks, buddy. Woo!
WPLJ FM and HD1, New York, a Cumulus station.
It's 95.5 PLJ Reunion Day. Bringing back all your favorite DJs from the past 48 years.
WPLJ, New York, New York. Spanning the galaxy. With 1 million Bubba Watts. Bubba Watts. This is Mojo Radio, 95.5 FM.
Oh! You're unbelievable.
All day long, we're welcoming back your favorite PLJ DJs.
It's 95.5 PLJ Reunion Day.
Hi, this is Christy McIntire. I was on the air at PLJ doing middays, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. from 1994 to 1999. I was a baby DJ when I started, but grew up so much in those 5 years and even had my first baby while I was there, who's now 21. After Fast Jimmy, Danny Myers, Onions, and I were all let go on the same day in 1999, I started working on the air in Baltimore and have since been on several stations in Washington, D.C. Right now, I'm a radio news anchor and reporter at WBAL in Baltimore. It's hard to sum up what WPLJ has meant to me, my career, and my life. It's become part of my identity and molded me not just into a better DJ, also into a stronger and better person. I remember going into Aircheck meetings with Scott Shannon, and he would slide a box of Kleenex across his desk at me because he knew I'd cry at some point during those sessions. he's intimidating, especially when I'd been in small market radio in New Bedford, Massachusetts just a year and a half before. I also remember AJ Hammer, Fast Jimmy, and Dave Stewart punking me. I'd gotten the midday job, but I hadn't arrived in New York yet. AJ called me and convinced me he was a TV producer and that I was going to go on a TV show about being a new DJ in New York. And being so naive, I completely believed him. Being on the air at PLJ was surreal. Almost every shift, I would look out the studio window down onto 34th Street and remind myself how awesome it was to have been given the opportunity to be part of this heritage station. Thank you to Tom Cuddy and to Scott for hiring me and firing me and still remaining friends. Thank you to the most incredible listeners who have also become friends and everyone who's part of the PLJ family. What an incredible honor to be a small part of PLJ's history. Sending lots of love to all of you. Good luck, everybody.
Follow along on social media and join the conversation. #PLJ Memories. More Reunion Day next on 95.5 PLJ.
It's 95.5 PLJ Reunion Day.
Man, we are going strong. I gotta say that.
Wow.
I don't have any. I mean, I should be fresh. I haven't been doing what you've been doing all day, Joey Kramer. Man,
We started at 9 o'clock this morning. Thank you for the morning show for letting us take over that last hour. Melanie Torres, we hijacked her show. Although she was here with us today and she was on social and all that stuff, but it just kind of took off and developed, and it was just very organic. We didn't know what to expect, actually, when we started this today. And you want to talk about flying without a net, and it's PLJ. It just comes together.
Yeah. No, it doesn't just come together. You and Race did a fantastic job all day long. The flying by the seat of your pants.
It doesn't.
It doesn't come together like that.
No, yeah, we should make mention that Joey Kramer, Race Taylor, you have Dan Kelly, Dave Labrosi, the whole programming staff,
and you,
here.
Mike.
Yeah, and you.
Well, I'm just okay, but we all worked extremely hard on this. I mean, we knew this day was coming since February 13th. And we didn't want to really do anything until like 2 days ago.
Yeah, you wanted to pretend it wasn't real.
No, but we've been planning this. This has been something we've been dreading, but I think we've also been excited for, which sounds so weird because we know what the end is going to be. When we're not going to want to turn this microphone off at midnight. I'm telling you this right now. Even though we're going to do this again tomorrow, this is technically the last night show on 95.5 PLJ. Yeah. So we're not going to want to turn the microphones off.
Right.
But the effort, and especially Dan Kelly, for what he's done. It's like he's never stayed here past midnight before. It's crazy how he's been here every day. He's been here every day, 2, 3 o'clock. Yeah. Getting emails from him at 4:30 in the morning.
Still married?
Yeah.
Yes. Surprisingly, somehow.
But I just, as the assistant program director in this role, not the night DJ, thank you guys for putting a great program together. This was really a treat for the listeners, but it was really a treat for us too to be able to bring on these DJs who meant so much to the call letters WPLJ that unfortunately tomorrow after 7 o'clock will not be on 95.5. So it's been a thrill for me to watch as a fan of this radio station. As I said, a guy from Westchester County who listened to this radio station very, very closely. And I'm not going to do this now. I'm going to do it more tomorrow.
Right.
But this has just been really, really a thrill. So thank you guys.
You're welcome, man. We put a lot of hard work and effort into this, and just to see it come together. And as I said this before, I'm kind of mad that we're doing this because of
right.
There's a reason why we're doing this.
You don't want it to. You don't want to be doing it.
Exactly. However, I was like super excited for today and to see all the old faces, and there's so many friends that have come up and are sitting with us here in the room tonight, and it's been absolutely incredible.
Stuart just tweeted he wanted to know about Johnny B. Good and Cleo.
We lost Cleo years ago.
Yeah, Cleo passed away.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Johnny B. Good.
I don't think anybody got in touch with her.
It's funny. So many people have come through the doors here at PLJ, and it's hard to, I guess now with the advent of Facebook and everything, it's been a little easy to get in touch with people. Easier, I should say. And some people we just couldn't find. And
I mean, this would not have been possible without social media. Just imagine how hundreds of people we tried to get for this, and we did it all in one Facebook group.
Yeah, it was crazy. We sent out a mass post, I guess, to anyone who worked on the air at PLJ. It was like an alumni thing, and that's how we were able to get a lot of people.
Yeah. It is 9:15 here at New York's 95.5 PLJ. Like I said, the last night show in the history of WPLJ. Our phone number is 800-321-WPLJ. Again, 800-321-WPLJ. The text line is open as well at 95955, 95955. This is the time of night where we are going to open up 95.5 PLJ to you. Without you, there would be no 95.5 PLJ. Of course, it's the advertisers, and we thank you too. Thank you to the advertisers. But without the listeners and without the people who went out and bought the things that the advertisers were selling,
That's right.
and went out and met the DJs at appearances, and went out and bought records after artists came up to the radio station, and record sales skyrocketed.
Right.
Without the listeners of 95.5 PLJ, we would have been doing this show a long time ago.
Yeah. Thank you for paying us.
Yes. That's right. We'll be taking your phone numbers at the end of the show. We'll need you in a few days. Anyway, all kidding aside, this is for you. So the phone lines are open. We are going to be, this is something I've never done before, and this is something I don't know if I'll ever have an opportunity to ever do again. But we are taking phone calls live without a phone screener.
Oh, watch that dump.
So,
there we go.
All kidding aside, does somebody have their finger on the dump? All right, phone line number 1. It's 95.5 PLJ. This is Mike Allen, Joey Kramer. Who is this? Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Why don't you
pop that up?
Oh, yeah,
you can tell you've never done this before, Mike.
First caller?
You are the first caller. What is your name?
My God, it's Trish. Joey Kramer knows me for years.
Trish.
Joey! You guys were... Can I say fucking amazing?
No, you can't.
No, you can't.
Wow. How do we get one call in and we gotta hit the dump button? One call in.
Wow, Trish.
Come on.
Trish is off the phone. PLJ, hello.
Yeah, hi, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good. I just wanted to mention that I know he wasn't a DJ there, but Chris Corley was such an important part of the PLJ signature to me.
Absolutely.
Hey, can you turn the radio down behind you, please?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, because you are live, and I'm so glad you brought that up. Dan Kelly, our creative services director, had become very good friends with Chris. Obviously, they worked hand in hand on a daily basis, crafting this amazing sound that you heard coming out of your speakers that was PLJ. Yeah. Dan, that's got to mean a lot to you. Our second caller, we open up the phone lines and somebody mentions
that's
Chris
huge.
Corley.
I mean, it goes to show you how good he was, how memorable he was, and
hi, I'm still here.
Oh yeah, no, we know you're still here, right?
Yeah.
You hear us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, hi there.
Okay, hey.
So the first time I heard Chris, I thought, who is this sound? This is an amazing sound of the station. And then when I found out who he was, he was a part of so many stations around the country, but he for me was the signature of PLJ. And so it was tragic for me recently to learn that he had died, and I just wanted to talk about that for a second, or to mention that at least.
Sure. No, he was incredible, and it came as a shock. I think in maybe October we found out, and really sad. And we've kept his voice on the air because he was so awesome and such a part of the station, and. So we've kept running his voice, and we'll, I guess till the end tomorrow.
Well, he will be forever known as for many the voice, and certainly from a literal standpoint the last voice.
Yeah.
Of as him, and of course Rachel, who is an amazing voice for the past few years on this station, and Race Taylor sign off the station tomorrow. Let's go. Do we dare go to another call here? We're 1 for 2 so far with the dump button, so we're betting. No, all right. Let's go to a call.
We're all ramped up.
Let's go to line number 3.
Line 3. You're on 95.5 PLJ Live. How are you?
Hi, good. How are you? My name is Mary Miller, and I was your promotions administrator.
Hey, Mary.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, Mary.
How are you?
I'm great. Everything's wonderful. Except for you guys going off the air. Yeah. But I just wanted to call and say, good luck to everybody, and thank you for all my great experiences there and all. I loved being there. I hated to have to leave, but the little boy that I stayed home to raise is getting married in 2 weeks.
Oh, wow. Congratulations.
Oh, my God. That's incredible.
So awesome.
Mary, this is Matt. We worked together when you were here.
I remember you, Matt.
Yeah, you dealt with a lot of nonsense down there at the end of the hall. That promotions department was like a zoo.
It was all fun.
It was fun.
It really was. It really was. And now I have 2 little nieces that are identical twins, and now they do it to me.
So what you're saying is we were that childish. Working
I can
with.
understand that. I can understand that. But you know what? It keeps us all young at heart, you know? And I think I've gone back to that now. I think I'm a little more childish now than I ever was.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks for calling,
Thanks
Mary.
for the call.
Thank you, Mary.
Yeah, great. Thanks for the memories, and good luck to you all. Love
Thank you.
Thank you, Mary.
Our number here, 800-321 WPLJ. Joey's on the text line right now. I'm reading some texts.
Yeah, to 95.5. Thank you for all you have done, the happiness you've created. You brought smiles to so many people who needed you. We have someone here. Listen to PLJ since I got my first clock radio. Waking up to Jim Kerr, maybe 1985, 86 or so. Through Scott and Todd in the morning. They got me through having my 3 babies. And that's the power of radio and this iconic radio station. Incredible. Keep the texts coming. The phone lines are jammed, so it's like we have to take some more phone calls to clear them out.
All right, we're going to line 6. PLJ, you're on 95.5 PLJ.
Hi, how are you?
Hey.
What's your name? Where are you from?
Tracy Taglienti from Flanders, New Jersey.
Tracy, how are you?
I'm great, thank you. So I wanted to call to share a wonderful memory that I have. Thanks to PLJ, you sent me to my first concert. I was 16 years old in 1977, and I saw Led Zeppelin.
Oh, wow. Wow. You scored the golden ticket.
Yeah.
You're not kidding. I even had the ticket stub somewhere.
Do you remember who you won with?
No.
Okay.
No.
It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
that doesn't
a couple
matter.
of years.
You went to see Led Zeppelin, so that's all that matters.
Yeah, that's all that matters. I mean, for a first concert, you don't get better than that.
What a great memory.
Yeah. Here's the thing, though. So after I saw them, a bunch of my friends down the shore had tickets to see them at the Spectrum in Philly. But they never did. Robert Plant's son died, and then John Bonham died, so everything was canceled.
Oh, wow.
I got to see them at one of the last concerts.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, thanks to you.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for listening all these years, and thank you for calling us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Have a great night.
You too. Bye-bye.
Hi.
This
Lines
is
are jammed.
95.5 PLJ. The phone line, 800-321 WPLJ. We are going to check out the text line one more time. Race is not here, but Joey is. What's going on?
Yes, we're getting tons of texts. This is incredible. Such a pleasure listening to you in my car as a 31-year-old Brooklyn boy. I thoroughly enjoyed tuning in. You must go live on elsewhere. A longtime listener, there's no way PLJ can just leave us forever. No way. We reflect your sentiments, certainly. Someone said F-bomb. Amazing. Okay, well, hopefully...
leave the F-bombs on the text message and not when you call in at 800-321-WPLJ.
Exactly. Yeah, that's been pretty much it. Pat St. John making an appearance, part of my childhood, incredible. Grew up listening to Scott and Todd, so the memories have been incredible today.
Somebody tweeted me that they live in Philly, but they grew up listening to 95.5 PLJ, and they won Pretenders up close and personal show tickets. I hear, by the way, about so many shows that happened before my time, before your time, Mike, at the China Club. I mean, story after story, artist after artist. This particular person won by faxing in a song request.
Wow.
So, faxing in that
had to be during the all request lunch hour.
Yes.
Right?
But I mean, Joey, off the top of your head, best show that you saw at China Club?
Oh man,
Impossible question.
That's a tough one. I mean, well, Matt, you were there for Hall & Oates for the Christmas show.
Absolutely, yeah.
That was pretty spectacular. And I know Chicago did a Christmas show as well.
I was not there for
I wasn't there
Chicago.
for that one, but the Hall & Oates Christmas show.
The Bon Jovi one was like they made a CD out of that.
Yeah, they did.
That was a thing that we actually that we gave to listeners was live from the China Club,
Right.
and that was one of the early days too. But that was so packed, they had to close the doors. They had to stop letting people in, and there were people outside down the block.
Yeah.
Didn't Adele do one too there?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, so we're gonna check these phone lines. We have somebody on the warm line, a very special guest coming up in just about 4 minutes. But we're gonna play a song that comes from the Mojo Radio days, I believe. Is that right, Joe?
Which song are you playing?
It's gonna be a rock set.
Oh yeah, Joyride. Yeah,
This is Joyride. It is reunion day on 95.5 PLJ.
It's 95.5 PLJ Reunion Day.
Welcome to Reunion Day, or Reunion Night. Wow, 9:32 in the city. We started at 9 o'clock this morning, and we're still going strong. So we're talking to some people that we know and love throughout the years here at PLJ. We've seen a lot of old faces here. We have a guy on the phone who was part of our promotions department, and he was here when Handsome Matt was here.
Indeed.
And these two have a lot of great stories. I mean, really, really good stories. And some maybe they can't really mention on the air. But James and Gracia, Iggy!
Yeah, James!
What's up, guys?
Welcome, buddy. How are you?
I'm doing well. How about you?
We're doing.
You're doing.
We're just rolling along here.
Well, I have to call in and say thanks for all the memories throughout the years, and you guys are doing a great job today.
Thank you.
Just keeping everyone informed, and we've been listening pretty much all day, so it's been a great walk down memory lane.
So talk about your time here, when you got here. And
So I was here from 99 through 04, and a very similar story to someone who called in earlier. I actually called in 99 to Christy McIntire and said, hey, I want to be an intern. And so she said, well, I'm not quite sure how to do that, but I'm going to transfer you down to Teresa Angela in promotions, and maybe she can help you. And then push comes to shove, I came by next week, got an internship, only to find out that my college required credits to have an internship, which I didn't realize until about 6 months later when Teresa asked for my papers to sign for the end of the semester. And I said, I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't go through school. I just called the request line and got here. And that turned into a job and some of the best memories we have.
And James, we were talking about some of the amazing shows that we did, the China Club and, Rye Playland. And my favorite Rye Playland memory is a story I think you should tell.
Well, my favorite one, too, is where I have my now wife, Corinne, who was my girlfriend at the time, and actually proposed to her on stage at the Blessed Union of Souls concert at Rye Playland.
Wow.
Wow. Blessed Union of Souls.
I remember hearing that story. I was like, really? He really did that? That's insane.
Oh, we have the pictures, yeah. We certainly do.
They were awesome about it, too. That was a really great, that was really cool of them.
It was really cool, and I think Race emceed it, and he knew the guys from back in Detroit, too, so it was they were already kind of flying high with someone who they already knew.
Who doesn't Race know from Detroit? Everybody today. Right. Everybody today is like, I worked in Detroit. He's like, oh yeah, WLIF. Amazing. Man.
You guys, you and Matt both have worked on so many promotions here at the radio station. There's got to be a memory or a funny story that you always remember and it makes you smile.
Well, I have a funny Scott story, since everyone seems to be telling Scott stories.
Sure.
Is probably either 2002 or 2003, he had hip surgery or knee surgery, I forget which one. And he was afraid he wasn't going to make it through. So he told me to come, didn't tell anyone, come on the weekend. It was Super Bowl weekend on Super Bowl Sunday. I drove the big van in, and I helped him move everything out of his office so that if he went, no one would think he had a messy office.
Oh, my God.
So I had, but the best part of the story is that I drove all the way up to his house, and he just had me put everything in the basement, just kind of throw it in the basement.
Right.
His basement is a rock and roll hall of fame in itself. He had signed pictures of Madonna, not even pictures. I'm talking like poster size, like with lipstick kiss on them.
That's not surprising at all.
All over the place, and he's just like Scott, very humble.
Right.
Like, yeah, that old stuff that sits down there. So, but Matt and I and Todd Mahalik, we plenty of stories. Probably can't mention all.
James,
of them
I think
here,
you were there. We were together for Gallagher, right?
Oh,
yeah. So
yeah.
We're doing the Jersey Shore Summer Blast Off, and the part of working here is you go up the night before, you set everything up, you make sure it's set to go because it's an early morning when the people start lining up. And Scott and Todd had Gallagher coming down as a guest the next day, and we were all set up. We were having some drinks around the pool at the hotel, and I see a car pull up in the distance, and out comes a flying comb over. Like the wind was blowing the hair, and you're squinting, you're looking out in the distance, you're squinting your eyes, and you're like, I think that's Gallagher. And he's walking towards us. And Gallagher comes and sits with us at the pool. Right? Am I getting this right, James?
You're getting that right so
yeah.
far,
He sits with us at the pool. We crack open a few beers. He tells us he does his bit. He does like an hour of material with us, and we are rolling on the floor. I mean, everything aside from smashing watermelons. And we're dying, and disappears into the night. Doesn't show up for the show the next morning.
Wow.
That's the last time we ever saw him.
That's the last we ever heard of Gallagher.
And it was all thanks to you guys.
Yeah, maybe we got him too drunk.
Probably.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there, but it was magical. We were like, did that even happen?
It was magical.
It's almost like he thought that was the gig.
Oh,
like
man.
maybe his manager got things mixed up, and they were like, yeah, you're on. Go to that pool right there. Those people hanging out, you're on.
Just lay in the Chase Lounge and just do your thing, and then you could go. Oh, that story. I've heard that story a couple of times, and it kills me every time.
The comb over gets me, too, because
so
the sun was
ridiculous.
behind him. And I was like, I couldn't quite tell, but the silhouette was painted a beautiful Gallagher.
That's the first I'm hearing that story. Can you say, I think that's Gallagher again?
I think that's Gallagher.
That is awesome stuff. James, we've known you a long time, and we're so glad that you could share in this day with us, and thank you so much for checking in tonight.
No problem. Thanks for having me on, guys. We'll be listening tomorrow.
See you,
James.
buddy. We are going to keep the
bye-bye.
phone lines open at 800-321-WPLJ. We're going to reset with some music, and because James just told that story, and I get to pick whatever song I want.
Play a Gallagher song?
What are they going to do? Fire you?
We're going to play some Union of Soul.
There you go.
I
Happy
love this
anniversary,
song.
James.
Yes.
I know it's not your anniversary. Doesn't matter.
This is Reunion Night on New York's 95.5 PLJ.
Power 95 plays hit after hit after hit after hit after hit after hit with another nonstop music power play. Power 95.
Power 95.
This is 95.5 WPLJ Reunion Day. My name is Mike Allen. I do the night show here. And this is the last one. This is the last night show of 95.5 PLJ. The person who did the night show before I did is Ralphie Aversa.
Hello.
He's here. Hello, Ralph.
Yes, great to be here. I'm honored that I get to spend the final night with you here.
I appreciate that. Joey Kramer is he just sat down for the first time in like 20 hours.
I just sat down and we're calling my name already.
He's been on the air since 9 o'clock. It's been an incredible, monumental, it's been an emotional day, and can't thank you enough. Handsome Matt, a longtime producer here, said he was leaving when Race was going to leave at 7 o'clock. Race stayed till like 8:30, and it's 5 minutes to 10, and you're still here, Matt.
In fairness, I was told there would be food.
There you
I was
go.
going to say the boneless wings came in, and that's what happened.
We've been opening up the phone lines. We're having a good time speaking to the people at 800-321-WPLJ. Ralphie, why don't you do the honors and let's get some phone lines open.
Yeah, we're actually going to go. We got a caller right here. This guy won the ultimate U2 experience with me sometime last year.
No
and
way.
then actually, it was like this amazing exclusive party. Couldn't go for some reason. We still love him anyways. Let's go out to Garfield. Hey, John.
This station has brought so much joy to my life. I love all of you guys, and I'm going to miss you from the bottom of my heart.
We love you too, John. Thanks for calling, bud.
See you, John.
Hi, it's Tara Miller.
Oh, we were waiting for it. How are you?
We're great. We just wanted to thank you for everything over the years, and especially the kind words tonight, Mike. Thank you so much. Our family's had so many amazing experiences and memories thanks to all of you. And Samantha's literally grown up with PLJ as the soundtrack of her life.
How old is Samantha now?
She is going to be 11.
Man.
Yeah,
Now, for those in the room who don't know who Tara is, she won the big game experience where we sent her to the Super Bowl.
That's right. Or her husband won it.
My husband
Yeah, I got to give
He
Bill
just took
the
you with
credit
him.
on that one, yeah.
Yeah, so, but we loved being at the Super Bowl. It was such an amazing experience, and that whole night, the big game party, the concert, everything was just amazing. And, we just can't thank you enough for the memories, and you're all so talented and so humble on top of that. So we're going to cherish all our memories and just continue to follow your careers because you've been a part of something amazing and know you'll continue to do amazing things. So thank you for everything.
Well, we appreciate you guys, Bill, Samantha, the whole family. Thank you so much for taking some time out to listen to us every single day. We know you do that, and we love you. Thank you.
We love you too. Good luck. Thanks for everything. Bye-bye.
By the way, Mike, was that the big game party that Daughtry performed at Roseland Ballroom?
I can't remember.
There were two big game parties. There was the Daughtry one, and then there was the other one with Meghan Trainor and Nick Jonas.
I think it was Meghan Trainor and Nick Jonas.
That was
at
the one
it was at the. It's now the PlayStation Theater.
Yes, in Times Square.
But it was the Nokia Theater.
Yeah, wow.
But those were great shows. We gave tickets away to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
The year that got canceled was the year after. Obviously, we had Robin Thicke and Randy Houser, country artist. And it was a massive blizzard. It was a massive blizzard here in the city. And we all woke up thinking, there's no way the show is going to happen. And I think the show probably started at 6, and it was festivities. It was all in between the championship games for the NFL.
Right.
And there was no way this was going to happen. I'm getting dressed, getting ready to go to the city because everyone's saying this show's going to happen. This show's going to happen.
Right.
Randy Houser, and he's on Instagram with his wife on a snowmobile yelling "Snow Day." And I'm like, this guy hasn't even gotten a plane yet.
No, yeah. And
then you had Robin Thicke, he got stuck on a plane because there was weather across the whole East Coast.
Uh-huh.
He was circling, but everybody's like, "You gotta come. The show started. The show." I go, "I was just on Instagram. Nobody's showing up. They can't even get on a plane."
Oh my goodness.
But those were great shows. That's just something that's going to be missed here at 95.5 PLJ. We did some great events. We haven't even talked about the summer kickoff yet, and we certainly will do that. The music is going to continue, though, as the night goes on, and your phone calls, too, at 800-321-WPLJ, and the text lines are open at 95955.
95.5
All day long, we're welcoming back your favorite PLJ DJs.
It's 95.5 PLJ Reunion Day.
Hey guys, it's Kim Ashley. I am so sorry I can't be there in person to share all of these incredible memories with you today. Wow, it's just amazing. I live kind of far away now. I still have horses. I know, yes, I still have them. It's been, 35 years of riding horses. I have 4. And I picked a place where I can ride them 365 days a year. It's nice and sunny and warm. Plus, I get to keep the eternal Scott Shannon suntan going, too. So some quick memories for me. The All Request lunch hour. How cool was that? I got to sit on my behind, answer the phone, and you guys just picked the most amazing songs for an entire hour every weekday from noon to 1. It's probably the reason Middays was number 1 for a long time. So I thank you for that. It was always cool to be able to talk to you every day, And then things like PLJ Day at Rye Playland. How fun was that? You remember Joe and Jed just like rocking out the house? Just one of the many memories. I remember one Halloween party in particular where I told you guys I was going to dress up as a bunny, and you immediately thought I meant a Playboy bunny. Weren't you shocked when I showed up in like a full rabbit outfit, giant furry feet, and a tail and the ears and all that stuff? Sorry to disappoint. I still have a picture of that. Maybe I'll send it on for you to look at. But I just want to thank you so much for all the years of listening to this radio station, this great radio station with the most spectacular people, both behind the scenes, in the office. I used to actually go to the traffic office, that's what we call it, where they put the commercials together, and sit with the ladies there from 9 to like 9:55 before I went on, and we would just sit there and talk about our lives and friends and children and that kind of stuff. It really was a true family at PLJ. And the only way that that is going to stay alive is for you to keep us in your memories. So I hope you'll do that and continue to share all the cool things that happened on this radio station. And I personally want to thank you for listening over the years to 95.5 PLJ.
Follow along on social media and join the conversation. #PLJ Memories. More Reunion Day next on 95.5 PLJ.
It's 95.5 PLJ Reunion Day.
It sure is. It's 95.5 PLJ. My name.
Oh. Well, what is this? This party's changing.
My name is Mike Allen. That's Joey Kramer.
I'm the man of the night.
And that is Handsome Matt.
I'm doing whatever in here.
I'm doing whatever I can to keep Matt here because I hit the wrong bed and it's called the sexy bed, so I apologize. Anyway, it's called the sexy bed. I meant to hit gravy bed, actually. But anyway, it is Reunion Day here at 95.5 PLJ, the last night show on WPLJ. Ralphie is here as well. Dan Kelly was somewhere.
He ran out of here frantically. I don't know what's going on.
Something happened.
I don't know.
But we wouldn't be able to go on with the show, Joey, without thanking a woman named Tina.
Oh, Lord, we're going to do this now?
No, just quick. I'm going to say it. You don't have to get all emotional. She's in the other room.
Thank you.
Or I think she's in the room.
No, she's in this
She's in this room.
I see her.
I'm looking at her right now.
Tina is
Shaking
the
her
lovely
head.
wife. Oh, I see her now. There's so many computers in front of me.
You're tall enough.
The lovely wife of Mr. Joey Kramer, and she has been taking care of us like we are young children, and we can't take care of ourselves. Which basically we are young children and can't take care of ourselves.
No, we can't.
But Tina used to actually work here as well, and I don't know if there's a microphone in front of her face, but I'm putting her on the spot
waving
here.
her hands. No.
Tina.
She said she
This is the PLJ love story. You have to say this. Of course. I mean,
this is a story that can't go untold.
Oh boy.
And Tina and Joey have become friends, and I'm proud to call them that. And I'm going to go into detail about Joey in a little later before I get this lump in my throat. But I see your hands are I do see you now. This is wild. But they met here on the 17th floor of 95.5 PLJ. I believe there was a copy machine involved.
There was a copy machine involved.
Is your name Tina, Joe?
Sorry.
Step away.
Sorry.
Tina?
Yes, there was a copy machine involved.
There's more to the story, I'm sure.
And?
I was pretty much, I worked in the sales department here for 10 years, and I was making copies at the copy machine, and Joe was prepping for his show. I think he was filling in for Race at the time, and he was going in and out of the Jock Lounge, and our eyes met. And a few weeks later, he took me to a Yankee game and then to Arthur Avenue, and it was a really great date.
There you go.
I was like 30 seconds too late.
Smooth. And the rest, as they say.
Yes. Well, thank you for sharing Joey with us for the last so many years and all day long. Thank you for taking care of us. Our wives and our girlfriends, our boyfriends, everybody on staff, their significant others, we owe so much to them. Oh, yeah. And it's just this has been an amazing ride here at 95.5 PLJ. My wife Michelle is listening at home, and I can't go on tomorrow without saying goodbye, without thanking my beautiful wife and my son Hudson, who is at his grandparents' house right now, hopefully sleeping at 10:13. But I know he was listening, and a part of my goodbye tomorrow is going to be the impact that I was hoping my son would get from this radio station. I think in these last few weeks it actually happened, because he is 2.5. I was concerned not concerned, but I listened to Race and the end of his show, and he has the "I Shush You" from his son, who is now in college, and I've always admired that, and as a dad, I've always wanted to have that feeling of pride in my job when it comes to my children, and to have this ending so abruptly and so quickly on my end, I didn't think that I would have the impact of the radio station on my son. And it was just a few weeks ago, really, where thank goodness I had my phone with me close by, but we were just parking the car, and he had said, "Why are you so mad?" And I was like, "Oh, Daddy's not mad." And he said, "It's leaving." And he said, "PLJ is leaving." And I was like, "Well, I'm not mad." I said, I didn't know what to say to him. And to me, that was like, well, I got what I wanted. I got what I was putting out in the universe for my son to have a feeling of, I guess, impact of what this radio station had on his dad. And we're going to play a little bit of that audio tomorrow, but I was really blown away. And so to our significant others and my wife and your wife, Tina, Patty.
Yes. Can't leave Patty.
Yeah, Race's wife. They have been superstars in all of this, and I promise we're going to go into detail on this tomorrow.
Yes.
But
so wait, did your son get he got like an email from the trade?
he was online. He happened to be online.
And Dan Kelly's wife, because Lord knows this man doesn't sleep.
Yeah, Lori, if you're listening, thank you for.
He lives here. Yeah, but she doesn't want to see me anyway.
That's true.
So
True. She's like, "Why is he going to be home every night?"
That is very true.
His kids call him and ask when he's coming home, though. They want to see him.
You better get a hobby.
By the way, we have a lot of texts rolling in to 95.5. So good to hear Ralphie again. You have been missed. Thank you for your talent and great interviews. I also won Coldplay tickets on your show a couple of years ago. So thank you very much. Wishing you all the best, and for being part of this legendary radio station.
Thank you for that. I really a shout out to my mom, who obviously probably just texted that in. Thanks, thanks, Rachel. No, I think she might be listening still back in Niagara Falls. She was listening. My girlfriend Sherry was listening too. So thank you to them.
Oddly enough, it was my wife who texted that. We're gonna have a talk when I get home.
Hey, isn't that the part where we're supposed to hit the sexy music bed again?
Get out. It is 95.5 PLJ. It is the reunion day. Alumni DJs all coming through here all day long from 9 o'clock on. If you missed the Scott and Todd reunion, it was a impromptu, really just radio magic when it came to what this day is all about. It was unexpected. Scott had come back to do a whole hour, and halfway through the hour, it was Scott and Todd again. And I got to tell you, of somebody who listened to Scott and Todd for many, many years, even prior to me working here, it's like nothing was ever lost.
Yeah.
It's magic. It's incredible to see, because that, like you said, it was impromptu, and for that to happen unrehearsed, no prep whatsoever, just they flew right back into it, and it was just that's chemistry. Yeah. That's all it is. It's just science.
And having the whole show here, we had Jim Kerr, we had Carol Miller, we had Jimmy Fink, we had legends who will, when you say Shelley Sunstein, when you say PLJ, these are the names that come up. And we talked about it earlier about being that small part, because you don't realize what a small part means to this radio station. A small part is a huge part, because look at you had Jimmy Fink, you had Jim Kerr saying, "I am a small part of this radio station." Are you kidding me? Right. Yeah. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that Mike and I spoke about this earlier off the air. It was like an outer body experience to have that crew in here, the rock legends of radio. And as a kid growing up in this area, listening to them and listening to different iterations of PLJ where Jim and Shelley were still here, to see them, to be in the same room, was so surreal. It's overwhelming. It's crazy to think about. I'm so grateful for this day that we were able to put this together, and for the listeners, because they deserve this.
It's like a series finale.
Yeah,
that's what this is. Yeah. Everyone's coming back. It's
We have a text here. They said this is like experiencing a Woodstock moment. We will always remember this reunion and this station. A great way to recognize what 95.5 has meant to so many. I've been listening since 1986, when I wasn't even a teenager yet. Now I'm in my 40s. Hearing from all the DJs again has been amazing. What a trip back in time. Thanks for this great ride. Almost 33 years. For the best of luck to all of you, and a job well done. Thank you so much.
Nice.
Wow. Our text line is open. You can find us at 95955. Just dial 95955 to share your text. Our phone line is blowing up still, 800-321-WPLJ. Now, if you were listening earlier, our imaging director, our creative service guru, Dan Kelly.
Yes.
You perked up when I said guru.
Yeah.
We had talked about how he always wanted to do a second air shift here on 95.5 PLJ. It's been more than 10 years, right?
15.
So it's been over 10 years, right?
Well, over 10 years, yes, but you could have
Thank you,
said
Dan.
15.
Right,
But yeah.
so it's been 15 years, and I promised him that the 11 o'clock hour...
Well, no, I don't want to do the whole 11 o'clock hour.
You didn't... I took a dramatic pause.
Oh, okay, go ahead. All right, go ahead.
I promised him that the 11 o'clock hour... He could do the opening, he could do the top hour, and he could talk up the first song. So he's been hanging out. He has been practicing. I've never seen a grown man so nervous and so sweaty.
What? I'm just surprised you even got him in the studio. You know how many times I wanted him to be a part of the night show? He said, "Leave me alone. I'm too busy. I got too much going on over there."
I got a little less to do now, so
His hockey team isn't on TV.
Right? That's true.
He's not eating a lot. It's grilled chicken only.
That's right. Well, except for tonight. But yeah.
But it's been a wild ride here on 95.5 PLJ. For me, I can't speak for the rest of the guys here. Ralphie would not be a last night show without bringing Ralphie Aversa back.
No way.
No, thanks, man. It's funny. I ran into someone in the hallway and they said, sorry you're here under such circumstances. And I said, look, like this is so rare. As many people have said today and tonight, it's so rare that you get to like say goodbye. Like that never happens. You usually just disappear and that's that. Right. So I'm really thankful that they let me in the building today and that you all invited me back.
Like I said, it wouldn't be a night show without you, Ralphie. And Joey is sitting there on his phone on Twitter.
Do you need a song right now, Mike? What's going on here?
I'm ready to go. If you want to kick, I'm gonna go back to the 80s. I think for a little bit.
Oh, all right.
All right.
Okay.
Our phone lines are open. 800-321-WPLJ.
Shoulder pads, tracksuits, and spandex everywhere. Not sure how, but we survived the 80s on 95.5 PLJ.
This is 95.5 PLJ. My name is Mike Allen. It is Thursday night in the big city. I am stepping aside. Joey Kramer, you're going to take this one away. Take us right to the post.
PLJ Reunion Day, PLJ Memories. We are rocking it live on your radio. Man, so many faces have come through today. It is amazing. You can text us with your love messages to 95955. The phone lines are open too at 1-800-321-WPLJ.
It's Van Halen in Panama.
It's 95.5 PLJ Reunion Day.
And here we go. We're going to go right to the phones. This is Reunion Day. My name is Mike Allen. That's Joey Kramer. They are dropping like flies here. They're dropping
and then
like
there were
flies.
two.
And Ralphie's back.
There we go.
Hello.
All right. So Ruby, you've been listening on our Reunion Day all day. Got glued to the radio. And I think she used to work here. What are you thinking so far?
Amazing. It should be done all the time, but unfortunately, this is a one-time bang,
This is, it's been a lot of work, but some of the most fun we've had in a long time.
You must be exhausted.
A little bit, but, it was great to hear from Chris Marino and Kenny Walker and see Jim Kerr and AJ and all those guys. It's been amazing today.
Exactly. I feel like I should bake you guys some cookies or something.
You bake them, send them.
Absolutely.
We're here for another couple of hours.
Very good. And I just want to say, as you know, and everyone else said, it's like family. It always is, and it always will be. Lots of love from Ruby Tuesday in Brooklyn, New York right now.
Represent the BK. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Love you.
Love you, too. Hey, Sharon's 7456 tweeted, I remember seeing John Mayer through the PLJ meet and greet. John spelling my daughter's name wrong. Autographing her T-shirt, then putting a cute message on it. I got it framed now. Plus many great skits with Rocky Allen and Blaine, hearing Race Taylor, Todd, Scott, Shannon, Annie. There, everybody. This is awesome. Everyone's checking in. Is the station signing off for good? Yes, in case you missed the news. Unfortunately, we are. Can you play some Bon Jovi? We'll try to get some Bon Jovi.
We'll try to get some of that.
Right?
When you say John Mayer's name, and this was before my time, but I immediately, and especially because I was combing through some of the old YouTube videos today for this appearance I'm doing tomorrow on Pix 11, but I think of Blythedale.
Yeah.
And how many amazing artists, Blythedale, obviously, then, we kind of went over to Children's Specialized Hospital as well,
Right.
but how many amazing artists. Rob Thomas, obviously, a staple
Yep.
every year, and then whether it was John Mayer or Gavin DeGraw, you guys, Joey, you could speak to it more than I could.
From back in the day, Jose Feliciano was up there. Vanessa Williams they had. Debbie Gibson was there to perform her song. The list goes on, and I can't think of any off the top of my head other than those right now, but always big names and always a lot of celebs to come out to help them for that cause, which was, so special to this radio station and still very special to Scott's heart. Again, that's radio, and that's what this radio station has given to so many people.
Yeah, if you're listening here and you don't realize what an impact a radio station has, listen to some of these text messages.
Exactly.
WPLJ has been a friend my whole life. Thank you for making me laugh, making me cry, making me care, making me a friend, and just making me me. My life is better because of all of you. You are my social blurbs. I'm getting emotional here. My make a stranger laugh stories. I made more than one driver laugh at me while I was laughing. Something they heard, witnessed. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much for that text. How about this one? Been a loyal listener since you began. I was in elementary school. You got me through that. High school, college, work, wedding, 2 pregnancies, divorce, more work, 9/11, another wedding. All the milestones. I'm a 60-year-old woman, and I'm sad to hear you go. By the way, what does PLJ stand for?
Well, if you listen tomorrow night, we'll play the song. But WPLJ is the song White Port Lemon Juice, and that's where they got the call letters from.
How about this one? Great show, guys. Thanks. It's Rob Taylor. I worked at PLJ as an engineer. I was part of the team that helped build the studio that you're in right now.
Wow.
The CD, the card racks. When we built, we never thought that board would still be in use all these years later and until the end.
Sometimes neither did we.
Yeah,
Thanks for the memories and the music picks. Thank you, Rob, for the text. You can text us, too, at 95955.
The impact, really, and I know we've talked about this so much today, the impact that a radio station, especially this one, has had on so many people and so many people's lives is really just, you can't fathom it, really, until you read something like this and how many lives you've touched. We come in, we do our job here, and we have fun doing it. And I can't say really on any given day or any given night, whatever the shift is, that we're really thinking about that. We come in, we play some songs, we do some prep work and, share some topical stuff with people. But I don't think we're really sitting here thinking how we're affecting someone's life. And it's not until you see, something written, like that, where you go, wow. You kind of step back and you go, this is pretty crazy that we're sort of instrumental in someone's life, and someone who goes through a wedding and a divorce and pregnancy and losing a job, or it's really just overwhelming.
Or even a big world event. Again, to the person who texted in, Cynthia tweeted me, how many people who are listening right now remember where they were and remember listening to Scott and Todd on 9/11?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And we did a whole thing on that earlier today. It's remarkable, and everyone always turns to radio, because they want to get the information, and it's so immediate. Today was pretty spectacular,
and it's certainly not done. But the one thing that I think of a lot is in the industry we're in, and in the circles that we find ourselves in on social networks and on TV and radio, there's always that one, smart aleck that says radio's dying. Nobody cares about radio. Nobody listens to radio. I have never been more sure that is incorrect by what we've gone through today with the text messages, the phone calls, the tweets. We are a radio station that has affected all these, people's lives in a great way. We've made people friends, and I say that by people having a hard time, people down in the dumps, whether it be financially or losing a job. They always had a person to turn to, and they were on the radio. Being a 24/7 radio station, there was always somebody there. We all started on this radio station doing an overnight shift here or there. And I'll never forget one of my first overnights, somebody calling just to talk. Mm-hmm. And I couldn't understand what was going on. And I'm like, this is real life. We are in the city that never sleeps one. Mm-hmm. We're in a place where there are hundreds of thousands of people listening at night. There are people who work the third shift. There are people who are just getting off work in the middle of the night. And radio is the companion.
Right. For 48 years, this radio station has been an old friend. So think about that. For 48 years, and now it's going to come to an end, and it's pretty hard to wrap your head around that, and it's pretty hard to take, but that's life, and we move on. But this radio station is that. It's an old, reliable friend, and we've all turned to it, whether we were listening or whether we were working here, and we came here to kind of forget our troubles. And I'm grateful for that.
Our text line is 95955. Our phone number, 800-321-WPLJ. Going back to the text line, it says, can you play some Phil Collins? Well, yes. Yes, we can do that. Because we
little in the air tonight. We're going to do a little air drum action?
We're going back to Against All Odds.
Yeah, okay.
On 95.5 PLJ.